Today we're making gnocchi alla Sorrentina. Gnocchi alla Sorrentina is a cheesy southern Italian gnocchi dish that bakes in the oven. It is a comfort food, and this recipe is the real deal. Here are the ingredients necessary. Okay, so you're gonna need about a pound of Roma tomatoes. You will also need fresh basil leaves, Italian parsley, about 5 garlic cloves, a bench scraper, flour, fresh mozzarella, about 8 ounces, some Parmesan to grate later on with the grater. I will be adding this to top it off with some basil leaves as well. And you'll need some salt, and of course, extra virgin olive oil. Over by the stove, you'll need to start boiling some water. We need to set the oven to about 400. And you will need a large saucepan. To start making the gnocchi, we're going to want our big bowl and our flour. We're going to want 3.5 cups of flour, After adding your 3.5 cups of flour, you then want to make a well into the flour, and that is where you will pour your boiling water. Next, you want to add flour to a baking sheet, and this is where you will be adding the gnocchi once you are done rolling it out and cutting it into pieces. Adding the flour helps it to not stick to the pan. Then you want to add a ladle of boiling water at a time and quickly mix into the flour. While mixing, scrape the sides to make sure you get everything mixed in with the water. It helps to have a wooden spoon here, but I did not have one. Continue stirring until the mixture is cool enough to handle. Once cooled, place onto your floured surface.
and continue to knead it gently. The dough should come together nicely, but it will become dry and hard quickly. So we will need to cover it. So once the dough is kneaded nicely, as I mentioned before, you want a damp cloth to place over it to keep it from hardening. Place that off to the side. Dust your countertop again to prevent any sticking. Get the bench scraper and cut off a nice size chunk to roll out. Once it's rolled out, you then want to cut even squares or pillows of the dough. Then you want to take a fork and have 2 fingers holding it while you take your thumb to roll it out to get that gnocchi lines. You then want to cover the gnocchi to keep it from drying out. Place off to the side, and now we can start the sauce. I began by crushing some garlic. You don't want to chop it, you just want to crush it. And to do so, you lay the knife flat and press your palm against it. Next, we have Italian parsley that I will chop up finely to add. And then we have our Roma tomatoes that you need to chop up as well and add to the bowl. Next we have our fresh basil leaves to chop up and add as well. Turn the heat on to medium. Add your 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to the pan when it's warm. Then begin adding your garlic. Once it's browned, it's time to add the tomatoes. Mix it. You need to mix frequently, but not constantly. Once it starts to bubble, as you see, add the lid for 30 seconds. Once 30 seconds has passed and it has a quick simmer, then we need to add some salt. Mix again. Now we're adding the Italian parsley. You add the Italian parsley after about 4 to 5 minutes. This is about 7 minutes in. As you can see, it's becoming more like a sauce consistency. Now I have my water boiling for the gnocchi. I would add it with a spoon, but I did not do that at the time. You begin to add your sauce to the bottom of the pan that you're going to put, or pot that you're going to put in the oven. And then begin adding gnocchi as you go and mix it all together. Next, you want to grab your cheese. We have our mozzarella, 8 ounces of it. then Parmigiano Reggiano, and then give it a nice big mix. Once that is done, you place it in the oven for 20 minutes in the 400 degrees. Take it out when the 20 minutes is up, give it another big mix to mix in all that cheese. And then it's done. It is actually very good. A special thanks to Christina, the creator of this recipe. And if you guys want to find more authentic Italian recipes, you can find her at christinacucina.com.